do you think the solar from the outside, I'm going to use terms that you're probably Mark, you're way off. Why are you saying things like that? But the solar business, the solar game as I see it, I'm like, is it still early? Is it ready for mass adoption? Is the affordability to consumers? Like, these are questions I'm sure you can answer that I just don't know. I'm like, are you early? Are you a decade early?
No, I think we're right on time. Of course, I think we're right on time. I mean, so the solar industry is so broad. And so I think it is exactly the moment in time for solar to truly take off, broadly. And so I think when most people think about solar, you said this earlier, they think about those big utility scale solar farms out in the Nevada desert, or they think of panels on your roof. And, now, so for that business, my personal opinion is that what is really going to unlock, rooftop solar in people's homes and, big utility scale solar to make it even bigger is the availability of storage. And because that's right, like that's the complaint about solar, which is very valid, is that, if it's cloudy or it's stormy or night, you're not producing. And so what do you do about that? So having storage on site to smooth out production versus non-production hours and also provide backup power, I think is a huge unlock for the entire industry. Now, for us, we have a little bit of a different approach because we've embedded our solar materials in our first products case in windows. So that's really exciting because what that allows us to do is to capture the consumer while they're replacing their windows. And you get a double benefit. Typically, when people are replacing their windows, they're doing it for a reason because their old windows are no longer efficient. So we can get people into a super energy efficient window. So they're going to save energy bills, like on your buildings that you were talking about. Windows are critical to energy efficiency, and we can generate electricity. And so that kind of double whammy is I think we're exactly the right moment to be able to do that. People are thinking about on-site solar, right? Like the grid goes down depending on where you live. In the Midwest, I think you guys have a little bit more reliability than we do in California or in Texas.
Probably not as much demand on it. We have the same type of infrastructure, not as much pull and demand as what it seems.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, think about what's happening. The trends are for more electrification, right? Most of us are, looking at EVs, considering them or have bought them. People are switching over to heat pumps from fossil fuel furnaces. As we move toward electrification, we have more demand on the grid, which means electricity prices are going to go up.
Yep.
And grids are going to be less reliable. So the way we can help is by making electricity on site and storing it there and being able to be an active participant in the grid to help take some of that weight off of our utilities.